Hello everyone and welcome back to another review. Today I want to talk about a movie that is different than usual. And that film I'm going to talk about today is Christopher Robin. Obviously it's part of Disney's Winnie the Pooh films. When I was really little, I used to be obsessed with Winnie the Pooh. In fact, I still have a doll of Winnie the Pooh, which is way older than I am, believe it or not. And I watched a couple of animated stuff when I was little, like The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, The Book of Pooh, the Tigger movie, and Piglet's Big Movie. All of that I grew up with. So going into this movie, does it make me want to enjoy some honey? Let's figure it out. As always, I'm a bit rusty when it comes to reviews, but I'll try my best to say the stuff in my mind anyway. So in the movie, Christopher Robin is grown and has lost his sense of optimism and imagination. And years later, in his adulthood, he is visited by Winnie the Pooh himself to get him back to the optimistic side of things and help him find his inner child. What I could say is that it does sound like a knockoff of the 1990s movie Hook, even though I hardly watched that movie. I want to say that this movie was both saddening and heartwarming at the same time. Yes, there will be people who compare this movie to Hook, but it didn't bother me and stop me from enjoying it. And this is coming from a man who loved watching Winnie the Pooh related stuff when he was really little. It saddens me at the beginning when Christopher Robin himself started going through rough times, and Winnie and Pooh meet each other for the first time ever. It was heartwarming, because, predictable as it sounds. But it didn't stop me from enjoying the movie. There was one moment that did frighten me a bit, and it involves getting lost in the woods, and a couple of parts of the movie did make me cringe, but in a funny way, like when Pooh interacts with Christopher in the real world. For the characters, there's Christopher Robin himself. Let's call this a mental journey for him. He lost his optimism and was visited by a friend from the past who helps him try to regain that sense from his childhood. He also has a wife and a daughter. One of them served a purpose in the film, while the other is just there to give us more reason to root for Christopher. And then there's Mr. Winslow Jr., who runs the company that Christopher works at. He's basically a slacker, selfish jerk of an antagonist, and it makes me happy to see this guy get put in his place. And then you have the characters from the Hundred Acre Wood, like Winnie the Pooh himself, and it's always nostalgic and heartwarming nearly every time I see him on screen. There's also Tigger, Eeyore, and Piglet. Tigger is one of my favorite parts of the movie, always hyper, and at the moment, there was one moment he mistook his own reflection as, and I quote, "an imposterous imposter!" That was hilarious, and part of my terrible Tigger impression, by the way. The rest of the Hundred Acre Wood characters are just there. They're just there whenever we cut to the Hundred Acre Wood. But regardless, it was really nostalgic to see familiar faces again. Regardless, it was a really good time seeing these characters again. And I really find this movie nostalgic and heartwarming. If you're a fan of Winnie the Pooh, grew up watching the old bear we come to know and love, or anything like that, and I bet you're going to enjoy this movie. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. So I'm going to give Christopher Robin an 8.5 out of 10. I forgot to mention that this movie is like a good mix of Hook, Winnie the Pooh, and The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. So I'll give this movie a plus for that. Everyone, this is the end of summer movie reviews for me. My next review won't be until October when I review the movie Venom. And with Walking Dead Season 2 out of the way, get ready for the start of Kingdom Hearts 2.5, starting tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching. So don't forget to like this video, comment down your thoughts on this movie if you've seen it yet, and as usual, hope you all have a great day.